long chain, untamed with that wild Tangz drip. Jungle coated legacy, swinging through the crypt. Cardano in my wallet, but the vibes on Mars. Every tank got flavor, got soul, got bars. Pixel punching in the metaverse heat. Every trait legendary, unique and elite. You can see the deal rising, decisions on deck. Community run and we earn that respect. Go wild, let the Tangz go free. We're vibing in the jungle, let free. No chains on us, we swing with pride. Digital creatures that never hide. Go wild, go bold, go deep. The future ain't flat, it's funky and steep. We got the wildest crew on the blockchain ride. It's Tangz forever decentralized.
GM,
what's going on?
Can you live? Hear me? I hear you. Yeah, I think we're live. I would like to, let's see if I got this right. Shout out Chateau, not a sponsor, does not endorse NFTs, but dope ass Kansas City Milk Company.
Not yet, anyway.
I don't know if milk lasts as long as NFTs. Wonder how that business model would work.
What about tokenizing milk?
Yeah, tokenizing. I don't know. Something about that really grosses me out. I don't know why.
I'm gonna get this live stream.
Nice.
Out to a few chats.
Yeah, let's do it, man. If you're in here, like, subscribe. What else do we do? Repost on TikTok.
Repost, comment, all that.
Yeah. Whatever all the kids do.
It's on YouTube too, right? So subscribe.
Yeah, it's on YouTube. Comment, show up, say GM, come in the Discord. What else? What do all the kids do these days? So
I don't know. They re-TikTok it.
Yeah, TikTok it. How you doing, Opti? Are you still drinking coffee right now?
Yeah, I actually just finished the cup about half an hour ago while listening to a space with MinSwap and
nice.
A Hyperliquid space too.
Yeah, that's been oh nice. Now just water. Yeah, I do. Someone thought I was drinking at my Fiat the other day, but I do. Again, not a sponsor, but polar seltzer.
One day, maybe one day.
One day. Tokenized seltzer, tokenized milk. You know how it goes.
What were you saying?
No, I was saying using MinSwap. Yeah, I've seen a lot of like DeFi perps tools. Maybe that'll be our banter for this morning because I don't know jack shit about shit when it comes to trading. I've built some trading tools, but I'm not really good.
Me neither. I'm just learning, but it's some of the developments from that space within Cardano and outside are pretty interesting. And I was just in the space with MinSwap where they're actually doing an integration with this wallet called Control Wallet.
Called what wallet?
It's called Control Wallet. So it's CTRL. I don't know if you've heard of them, but they're like a super cross-chain wallet. And they have this little feature where it's called a gas tank, where if you deposit your USDC in there, then it sort of takes care of the gas for you. So like no matter what you do, it sort of takes from that little tank. It's like a little reserve. And then
is it custodial?
I believe it's non-custodial. That's a good question though. I have to look into that. But it's basically your own gas tank and it's like, your own wallet and stuff. So it's cool. I can probably send you the link for that. But
I'd be curious.
I've never seen that before. So I just downloaded that today. And apparently since MinSwap is coming out with their own aggregator, they're actually integrating their aggregator into Control Wallet.
I saw that. What do we think about the MinSwap aggregator?
It's interesting. So it's definitely cheaper than Dex Hunter. Mm-hmm. So it's 0.1% on MinSwap versus 0.15% on Dex Hunter.
Mm-hmm. So if you made a 1,000 ADA trade, you're paying an ADA versus 1.5.
Yeah, I think so. And another thing that's different is they do CNT to CNT swaps. I don't think Dex Hunter does that yet, if I'm not mistaken.
Do Dexes support that today? I didn't even know if they had pairing for that. Because wouldn't you have to have a separate LP, or can you route it? I guess through.
No, you can just route it, I believe. I don't think you need an LP. I mean, it would be easier, I guess, to have an LP, but I'm not sure. But I think it's just routing.
that stuff has been like, that is way over my head. I'm the artwork guy, you know. I'm like the artwork, the IT guy. I set up servers, but like the DeFi and all that routing stuff, it's about to get crazy because I know Circle went public, and you know, like Stripe. God, I forget the one but Stripe bought someone, and PayPal just announced a bunch of crypto on ramps too, I believe.
Really? So wait, so as in you can buy crypto from PayPal? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, PayPal had their stablecoin PyUSD or whatever, but here, I'll show you. I wonder if they're trying to curry favor, but share screen. I'm just gonna share.
Good morning, everybody. While he looks for that, just wanted to say good morning and thanks for coming.
Actually, let me share. Because it'll infinite mirror. God, how am I so stupid with tech? I can code tech, but I can't do it. All right. So PayPal will let merchants accept 100+ new cryptocurrencies, including Doge and Trump. Pay with crypto feature for merchants. Like basically, like if we go back to charging for electricity instead of deducting electricity as a portion of the pool rewards, I would think then, you know, like you could log in, pay with PayPal, pay, you know, ADA or whatever.
So you'll be able to pay in those currencies.
I would think so. Yeah.
That's how I'm understanding it anyway.
Yeah. So
in the Trump meme coin. Okay.
Man, Trump memes is nuts. What's Hyperliquid's is it hyperliquid.xyz?
I believe so, yeah. And it's I don't know if you're going to be able to access it, or well, actually you can. Actually, yeah, you can. You can't use it though, I think.
Oh, that's how it's legal, because they don't allow. Yeah, I've always wondered with these DeFi stuff how it's like US, like people trading perps on Strike. I'm just shocked. I'm like, is that really a US thing?
Yeah, I don't know. I think they're technically not supposed to do it, like open it up like that, but I don't know what they got going on there.
Man, we got to get her. Well, the Genius Act passed, so that was good. Genius and Clarity. Well, they passed the Senate, I think, and so they're getting like marked up in the House or something. I'm not good. If anybody wants to find out all the legal updates, by the way, speaking of these perps and DeFi and stuff, which I'm so far afield of, Birdnall's Law. He's our lawyer. He's a good dude, but he puts out kind of like a weekly NFT thing and DeFi thing.
What's the Genius Act trying to do? Like, do you know a little bit about it?
Not real. I mean, I think Genius is the stablecoin one, and then Clarity is the market structure one. There are basically two bills that are going through. And again, check out Birdnall's Law. But yeah, I think they just got passed in Congress. And so, like, what's interesting is like as I've understood it, Kalshi and these prediction markets, like they're essentially selling futures, but they're kind of in Poly Market. They're kind of in the crosshairs of legal stuff, but there's been no clarity, and so they've like relied on court rulings and all this stuff. And so now I wonder with the Genius and the Clarity Act if you'll get an administration that'll lay out clearer guidelines. So we'll see.
That makes sense. At least for stable coins, yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah, 100x long some Tangz NFTs for me. Pump my bag.
You have to put like Tangz perps on Strike Finance. Let's do it.
Oh my God. Don't even know what that means, but sure.
Yeah. You can basically trade Tangz with leverage, although like I don't know if you could do it with an NFT.
Can you do it? Yeah, I was gonna say NFTs I feel like are very passe at this point. They're 3 years old. Like,
It's not even that. I think it's just a liquidity issue. Like it's not a liquid market.
Yeah, there was that thing Monad put out where he was trying to like short and long NFTs and close out positions and stuff. And
I'd like to see someone solve that problem. If they can do that for NFTs, it'd be super degen.
Yeah,
but it would have to be
You'd have to have a liquid enough market, like you said. I mean,
yeah. So I don't know if Tangz would fit the bill unless you combine Tangz with like other, like, unless you can bundle assets and then short or long those bundles, then it would make more sense. Because even for the highest liquidity NFT on Cardano, it wouldn't make sense.
I think honestly, like, I love NFTs and I love artwork, but to me, you know, I've always been a utility guy. So like, it's never been about speculation. I think NFTs are very much going to become, they're going to become like a community gate. They're kind of settling into a community gate, like all this gambling and leverage. Like, that's why we've never issued tokens. We've never worked with people who issue tokens, right? Like we don't really do stuff like that. But I think the token mindset is just, it's fading away from NFTs. It's becoming like a totally different community, but we'll see. I mean,
that kind of makes sense.
Yeah. NFTs were never a good fit for that. Like, you know, it's hard to leverage your monkeys. So
you think NFTs will come back at some point in the near future? I mean, if they do, then they'll probably come back in a different way, I imagine.
Yeah, I mean, I've always started and sold NFTs and minted for people who are really like building communities and trying to go after products and trying to offer utility. Like, to me, it's always just felt like a kind of like all access pass. It's like, it's no different than like, you know, I work with some artists in town before, or I work with some personal trainers in town. Like, it's just like kind of like a way to get on someone's app or someone's, you know, I think it becomes that community gate. It's kind of like the connection you have with that person. Tokens feel very impersonal. And so that's why I've always struggled with them, is like, what am I going to do? 100x long something that I don't really understand? Like, you know, it's probably why I haven't made any money, but I think NFTs are very much receding into a different mode. But that said, like, I love NFTs because it's very quickly like ways to see loyalty integrated into websites, exclusive content, you know, access to shared mining pools. Like, it's all the things I think we wanted to build from day one. So I think that's why we've had longevity with it over 3 years.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So
it's easier to have a sticky community with NFTs, I think, which goes back to what you said previously. So.
Yeah. Shout out to the builders. Shout out to the people trying to do it right, build communities, build businesses.
Yeah, in my opinion, also, I think, and I think also Demos said the same thing, but I think that the NFT communities have been some of the most innovative in terms of cool new products.
Demos is interesting because he's had that whole void mirror, and then you burn it, and like, you know, actually someone who I've worked with in the past who always seems to have like ideas around how to create artwork and do community involvement is Bourbon, right? I know he's kind of polarizing figure, but the projects that have had the most success, I would think, on any chains have really had kind of a mission. So like, one project we've worked with, the Hashlings, which is kind of where some of our inspiration for the mining pool came from. Like, their artwork is dope. And it's like, well, I could go buy a machine and run it, or I could become a part of this community and get cloud mining that I've essentially prepaid for. So like, it's no different than doing the physical thing. You just get kind of this, you know, status of, hey, I've got this artwork and I'm part of this community. So yeah, I think those are the models that'll survive. Cool.
Well, we're about 15 minutes in. For whoever's here, thanks for coming. Like and repost the. It's not a space. It's a live stream, and if you're on YouTube, you know, subscribe to it or whatever. You know, all the people say, and yeah. So I think, I don't know if you had an agenda for today, but I also have a few points. So maybe you can go through yours first.
Well, I think we have the big announcement. So let me see if I can present. Yes. Let's see if I can present this window.
The app thingy called.
To share audio, share a tab instead. Interesting. So is it not going to let me share the audio of this?
Is that possible here? I think it's possible.
Let me just give me 1 sec, fam. Okay, don't add it to the stage yet, because I want to do something.
290 people in the space.
Dude, that's crazy. We get such good numbers.
I know.
Okay. I'm going to share this tab. And let's put it on the stage. And Opti, you're going to have to, we'll keep our reactions up here, but Opti, you'll have to tell me if it's not, it should be doing the audio as well. How do I make sure of that?
Let's just press play and see what happens.
Yeah, I guess so. Oh, it's on. Okay, ready?
They charge you for the privilege of holding your money. They rack up fees every time you make a purchase. They promise rewards with hidden traps and endless games.
This is so cool, by the way. It's like all...
If it's your money, then how come they're the ones getting rich? It's finally time to break free from the chains. Introducing ZAVA, the first wallet that puts the power of crypto mining in your hands. Earn, save, and spend. No hidden fees, no friction. Because financial freedom is when your money works for you, not them. ZAVA, take back what's yours.
Okay.
All right.
Nice.
So not quite yet available on the App Store. We have Google Play approval, and I'm fighting Apple because they are trying to categorize us as something we are not. But yeah, look, I mean, I think when we take a look at what we've, and you and I have always talked about markets and this, that, and how, crypto is a new space still. I mean, when you think about it in the span of things, it's been, less than 15 years or 15 years so since the invention of Bitcoin. But we've always started with this vision of, hey, how can we support independent artists, creators, collectors? And it's funny, I was in a Twitter sort of back and forth with Patrick from Endmaker. And he's like, you've got all these wallet tools. You've got a dashboard that shows me my NFTs. You've got like this viewer where I can see NFTs. You've got, analytics tools. Now you've got this mining thing where people can earn rewards as long as they KYC and do all the things that they need to do. Like, you're essentially offering this integrated wallet experience. And so it got a lot of thoughts cooking. And I think that the punchline is like, the Wild Tangz brand will continue to exist, but this is, I really think, how we capture the go forward, right? This is how we take all of the stuff we built, all the stuff we built for Cardano and Bitcoin and our community, and really take that focus on small people who want to collect, create, participate in decentralized networks, earn rewards without having to, sign up for credit card points. Like, we just want to do all these things for our people. So ZAVA is the next iteration of that. There's a few components, and I'm going to show a preview later today, but this is really a culmination of 7 months of in the dark work, a lot of discussions with partners on how we could get the right mining equipment. Obviously, like I said, working through App Store approvals. And I'm super excited for this kind of like next bigger phase. We're not going to get rid of Wild Tangz. Wild Tangz will continue to have all the things it has today. That's not going away. But this is a new brand we're going to add to the concept.
Cool. So it's another arm. Nice.
Yeah, and the good thing is this one won't be token gated, right? This will be, this will be like a way for us to really say, okay, it's time to put up or shut up with these decentralized models. So if we launch an app with mining right in it, how many people can we get, right? Can we get thousands of people who, like we said, like they don't really need that affiliation to the monkey. What they want is the access to like small kind of individualized mining rewards.
Nice. And what's funny about this is that I actually saw I saw an advertisement for like I was on YouTube and I saw an advertisement for like a mining app, and I thought of this immediately. I was like, wow, so it's not like it's not an outlandish concept. Like, it's actually cool. So
yeah, it's probably Go mining. Like, that's the one.
That one, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Go mining. Yeah, I don't think they've launched in the US yet. I don't know what they're doing that they're kind of being sketchy about it, or maybe they're not sketchy. Maybe they're just being cautious. But look, I mean, I think that there's definite legs here. And it's funny because it's one of those things where you start to hear signals like, hey, we want to mine through our NFTs. And then like you see this other community that did the mining through hashlings. And then like now Omen's doing mining. And I actually talked to a partner who's running data centers down in Texas. And he's like, the operators need to find more people to get on board to this mining. And then the Trumps are getting involved in mining. So, you know, I think this notion of like participating in decentralized networks and getting rewards directly from the networks is catching fire still. You know, it's people are going to say, well, Thad, it's been catching fire for 10 years, but like, I'm starting to hear it in more places, and maybe that's confirmation bias, but you know, like you said, we're starting to see these evolution of these models.
Yeah, I'm excited. It's pretty cool, and it's not token gated, which is probably the most important part. I mean, I don't know, if you're gonna try to appeal to a wider audience, I guess you can't really.
Yeah, the goal is definitely to appeal to as wide of an audience as possible. You know, what I really want to do in this is and accomplish is I really want to take the people who have been on the fence about crypto. They'll say things like, oh, it's a scam, or, you know, oh, I want a crypto mine, but why would I have to buy a monkey? Or why would I have to download what is self-custody? You know, so I think like I want to take those people who have really felt, frankly, like my dad or my father-in-law, or people who are like, hey, I like the idea of this, but I'm not going to be that degen, right? And people have tried this before. Don't worry. People have tried it, but 10 times a charm.
So so I imagine there's no set timeline for when this will actually be out there, right?
Yeah. So the biggest thing is like so it's crazy how fast this technology moves. So our app is working. People are getting mining rewards. It's compliant. It's KYC. It's secure. I'm really enjoying seeing the people who participate. But the truth of this Wild Tangz app that I built is, for the tech nerds in the audience, I built it with Expo, which is a kind of a bad cross-platform technology. I built it in late 2023, early 2024, which just to confirm, GPT-4, which is like the one that kind of went everything crazy, was mid to late 2023. And, you know, I didn't even start using Cursor until late 2024, mid to late 2024. So, you know, this app that I only built 18 months ago is completely obsolete. It's blowing my mind. So what I want to do is I want to take our community. I want to onboard us as the first users of this ZAVA system. And I'll show you today a little bit about some of the concepts in there. And nothing's going to change. You'll still get your slots. You'll still get your rewards, but you'll just use this more efficient platform for mining. In the future, we'll talk about how like maybe folks will use the wallet app, which is kind of a different component. But the plan is to have some of these migrations starting in very limited betas in August. And then September is when we're going to really get into it.
Great.
Yeah. And so by October, November, by those timelines, I think we're going to be totally off this old platform. The ZAVA wallet app, you're going to see some of the same features you know and love from your Wild Tangz app. I'm working on how to do data analytics, NFT viewing, things of that nature, but that will obviously take a lot longer. And I'm not going to rock the boat on the existing Wild Tangz app. If you use the dashboard, if you use the tracker, if you love that stuff, that's going to be there. The only thing that I will force us to migrate to is the new pool configuration system. And again, there's about 100 of you. I will go one by one. Every single one of you is going to get my love. We are not going to rush this. If there are issues, we'll address them. If there's credits for electricity we need to talk about, like we'll get them to you. Like the point here is really to use the power of our community to help bootstrap this new platform.
Great. So one by one, let's go. See, that takes care of everybody.
Take care of everybody, baby. Well, you know, people believed in this, right? Like, I think, look, it would be very easy to say, there's only 90 of you. There's only 100 of you. There's only 200 of you. Like, I think one of the things about NFTs, like I said, is, you know, people essentially pre-purchased cloud mining, and they pay every month for electricity, but they paid for the hardware as part of that NFT purchase. Just like if you buy, you know, if you buy an NFT, maybe you get a free set of Nike shoes. So like, you know, I want to honor people and how they've supported me and what they've really, you know, what they've worked for and put their time and effort into with this community. So yeah, not going anywhere. Definitely building this out as the future of our ecosystem. And while Tangz the brand is not going anywhere, that's gonna live on. The app is gonna live on. It's gonna continue to be developed. But you know, this is our next step in the journey.
Great. And it looks like it got some pretty good reception just from the reactions I got here on the post. But how many holders do we have?
So holders and miners is a little different because, you know, we do require KYC, which is not for everyone. So let me present.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. And look, hey, you know, no harm, no foul. There are other ways to non-KYC. That's just not us. But yeah, our NFTs, we have 250 holders of the new collection, and I think we have about 100 miners. So, you know, this will be the base, right? I think what would be great is like, you know, if people are mining on average 20, 30, 40 bucks a month worth of cloud mining, like what happens when, oh, whoops. Sorry, guys. I shared my screen, but I didn't actually share it. Did we add it? I don't think I added it to the stage. Here you go. Yeah. So I was showing you, have about 250 unique wallets. Wonderful. Every single one of you is welcome in our community. And like, you know, to me, like, okay, so we have those 250 people as our base, as the, you know, even smaller than that's about 100 who are actively mining. Like, let's take that 100, let's take us all with this equipment and this platform. And if each one of you told your 5 friends and your 5 friends said, what the fuck is this monkey? But then you said, no, don't worry about the monkey. Just go to this website and you can just, you know, you can just buy equipment and it'll charge your credit card every month. And you don't, you know, it's all compliant, secure. You're renting cloud mining space. You don't have to worry about the monkey. Like, you know, then we're starting to see this real broad base of people participating in decentralized networks. They don't have to have the monkey, and maybe they join it at some point as kind of like an elite tier thing, or they enjoy that as a user. But like, you know, there are millions of Nike shoes sold every year. There's only a few, you know, 1,000 collectibles that are sold every year. And I think that's kind of the model we're evolving to here.
Nice, exciting. So they don't have to get the weird looking monkey. They just go into the app and start using it.
That's right, baby.
Although I kind of like the monkey myself.
I know, I love the monkey. I love the monkey.
It's a monkey.
Maybe we'll, you know, we'll think about it. Maybe there'll be some like airdrops, or the community will get kind of premier access to certain things. Yeah, there's always more we can do.
Great. Well, I can't wait to use it myself.
Should I show you the preview of what I have built?
If you can, if you want to.
I don't know, Opti. We haven't gotten any GMs from our 350 users. If you're out there, give me a GM on the X stream. Give me a GM on the YouTube stream.
Let's see what we got here.
I wonder if, oh, we've got one. Wild Tank said GM.
There we go. Oh, okay. There we go.
Oh, there he is. What's up, Fuse? How's it going, man?
What up, Fuse?
Yeah.
Thanks for coming through.
Yeah, we're about 30 minutes in. Let's do a little quick dive, right? And so, what I'm gonna start with here, you know, and I'm just gonna show you, you know, I'm gonna show you a couple of previews of the wallet app, and then I will dive into kind of the concept and by the way, the wallet app is working, but I don't want to, try to fuck around with this weird screen sharing from StreamYard. So I apologize, but there will be more app demos. But what I want to show you is if we can pull this up to the screen, right? I think one thing that we're looking at here, and we're trying to be first of our kind, is we really want to introduce this notion of a mining boosted balance, right? When a user signs up for a crypto wallet, today what they have to do is, if they're on a network like Cardano, they have to put some money in there, they have to stake it, right? They have to do all this very challenging stuff. And I think what the concept I want here is, like, you should be able to join with $0 and either Apple Pay or whatever merchants we integrate with it, and rent out some cloud mining space so that you can instantly participate in the network. You don't have to buy tokens in the network. You can become an active participant. So here you can see, like, the concept in the app is one around mining boosted balance. Sure, you have your tokens, you have your USDC, your Bitcoin, whatever you have, but you're also getting access to that cloud space, right? And in each of these sort of tokens that you could mine, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Dogecoin, Caspa, you're getting mining paydays, right? Like, we're monitoring the hardware for you, but you're participating in the pools directly. You're directly getting paid out from it. So that's really what this wallet is going to be anchored on. I've already integrated it to send and receive on the networks. It can exchange using Now Payments, which is a licensed cryptocurrency converter. So it's all going through standard rails, but it's a fully self-custodial, I use something called TSS, sort of like a threshold secret sharing, but you control the keys. I do not have your seed phrase in the cloud. It's self-custodial and has a recovery flow. But yeah, the goal here is really to get that mining boosted balance.
Great. Can't wait to try it. And you mentioned something. You mentioned something about TSS. Is that just like a sharding, or am I?
Yeah. So essentially, like, there are systems out there, but I just kind of rolled my own using encryption and Shamir secret sharing, which is basically like you have the ability to split up a seed phrase into 3 parts, and it can't be reconstructed using a single part. You need at least 2 parts. So we can store one encrypted in the cloud, have no custodial control over it. We're just kind of like allowing a backup portion. And then the other 2 are stored on your device and in iCloud or the Android keychain. So let's say someone hacked our database tomorrow, that wouldn't be enough to reconstruct private keys, right? Those are encrypted anyway. So you would need the passwords, which we don't store the passwords to them. So those are fully, encrypted in the cloud. But even if someone got your password and got the encrypted share, it's just 1/3 of the wallet seed phrase. It doesn't have the ability to decrypt it.
Yeah, that makes sense. No, because I remember I was looking at some bridges the other day, like, some cross-chain bridges, and this came up as one of their security features for, I think it's called the unit protocol. So it's just caught my attention.
Yeah, it's very common. There's a system called Web3 auth, which we looked into using, but it didn't support the right chains, and it kind of got more complex. So I just basically said, hey, let's roll our own, but let's not store, let's be non-custodial always. And definitely that's what we applied here.
Preferably, non-custodial.
Yeah, it can't be custodial anywhere in the world. I don't want people's money. All right, but then then the other thing I wanted to show was, like, we also want to introduce the concept of, how simple it can be to mine. So I think what I love about our Wild Tangz community and the emphasis on you guys being early adopters is, I think you guys proved out the slots model. Now I'm working on how to kind of scale this up. I think there's a real question of, like, how do you directly scale this up into bigger platforms, into more distributed systems? But if someone if someone pays $20 a month, they don't want to figure out, okay, I need this much for hardware and I need this much for electricity, and then I need to configure this and what have you. So there's like I've said, there's money in that margin to give us the ability to operate these pools and operate this hardware and just directly configure the pool to go to this non-custodial wallet. So ideally someone should be able to just say, hey, $20 a month, boom, I'm now on subscription, and I get a lease, partly goes to hardware, partly goes to electricity, and then I directly get the rewards from there. There's no control, there's no control of the person's money. All we're doing is basically being a cloud service provider. And I think one of the nice things here is like, if we can simplify this down in a way that anyone can access it, then it really proves that all the things we've been doing for you as Wild Tangz users, we are just unlocking a broader base, right? Someone who's interested in it, but not very NFT savvy.
All right, makes sense.
Yeah. All right, so moment of truth. So you ready for the live demo?
Let's do it.
All right. So let me make sure I'm not sharing my seed phrases. I think we're good.
Please share that.
Yeah, so you see my seed phrase on the screen? No, I'm just kidding. So what are we looking at, Opti?
This is the dashboard, the mining dashboard, right, on ZAVA.
Okay.
So you're looking at the how many hashes are in Bitcoin versus Caspa, I guess, and this graph anyway.
And so, this is something that when we start out with this, because I'm working through the Apple ramifications and kind of how the payment processing works on your phone, we're not going to start with the wallet launch, right? There's a lot we want to build into that wallet, and like it's going to take time. So we're not going to start there. What we're going to start with is a web platform. And what I want to show you here, which is the first part that I built, is the admin panel. Now, Thad in the past has been doing this manually with databases and what have you, but like there's no reason that our community, a different operator shouldn't be able to just join our platform and provide compute. So let's say, for instance, Omen wanted to mine with Tangz. They want to reward their community. They want to configure their pools to go to their preferred wallet addresses, but they want our platform to essentially do all the orchestration and the management, which is what I've been doing in the background for the Tangz holders. This platform is essentially a unified way for people to add. You can see if I zoom in here, right? We can add pools, we can add different chains, and we can automatically from those pools pull in the machines that are mining. So on each of these pools, I just happen to have one machine. So that's why there's only 3 machines currently mining. But like, that's what this dashboard really represents, is the operator side. Now, we're not there yet, but in a future, I would love to onboard an operator down in Texas or an operator in Kansas or operator anywhere and just say to them, hey, you've got some spare capacity. Why don't you resell it on our platform, right? We'll be basically like a reseller of cloud compute, and anyone all over the country can just log in on their mobile app or log in on their web app and just boom, 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 get some mining compute. So that's what I'm showing here is really this kind of preview of what it's going to look like on the operator side and how it's basically all scoped to an organization. You can see in the top left here, when I zoom in, if it will let me.
Go.
I'm the owner of the Wild Tangz account, but in the future, we're definitely going to have the ability to be multi-tenanted. So I could be an owner for Wild Tangz. I could administer it for other communities that want access to the mining. And then they manage their whole operation.
Not bad. So you can create several accounts with that one?
Yeah.
The top left? Cool.
Exactly. Yep.
Manager for other people. That's nice.
Yeah.
So is this, so what about the other tabs like inventory, customers? Is that like, are those still being built out, I guess?
No, they're there. I'm going to avoid sharing customers and inventory because they have some of the credentials, but essentially like those, and I'll do test videos, but like those are where the operator is going to see what pools they're running, who signed up in their pool, right? So like I'm going to have my admin panel of all of our Wild Tangz members, because for me, it's important to see, oh, this person has this percent and they've got this many payouts, right? And so then I can stay compliant. I can see who's getting paid out. I can essentially manage that overarching fleet.
Great.
Yeah.
And this daily revenue, is that just like, so that's just for whoever's is mining, right? It's not,
yeah, that's the operator, right? So we're saying to the operator, hey, we're estimating you're getting this much revenue. And there are actually like more complex screens that I'll go through in our demo videos of how you can set up, hey, I want to sell my community wants to buy this portion of cloud mining for this percent and this amount of monthly fees, and there's this profit margin, right? And so that's kind of like the operator's, central point of view. Now, the flip side of this is going to be a totally complimentary user app, and more to come on that. But that user app, it's going to work for both mobile web and desktop web, and that's how I'm going to onboard you all as Wild Tangz to this new system, right? And I think the third phase, which we haven't discussed yet, is the wallet will ultimately be auto pulled into this system. But for now, we're going to start with this kind of web app construct.
Nice. Cool beans.
Yeah.
So there's a lot to look forward to, that's for sure.
Yeah, man. I think I always like to deliver incrementally, right? And the sale is over. So if you want to buy on secondary. I have some in the pre-sale wallet, but I think for now we're gonna stop that because frankly, I think we're good on funding from the pre-sale hardware. But look, join our community, provide feedback, see the demos we're giving, right? Talk to us about what kind of things you want to see on the app side. And one by one, I'm going to start bringing people over. All the machines will slowly migrate here. We're going to attempt, because we're working today and everything's set up and working really well, we're going to attempt to do this with zero downtime. That's the goal, right? The goal is bit by bit, we will bring people over to this new platform. The new platform will orchestrate all of the supply and demand, and then you guys will be participating in cloud mining directly with these pools. I can't promise that is fully going to happen. We may need a day or two here or there of downtime or machine switching. But again, every single one of you will get my full attention, and I'll do this as best I can for everybody. One
by one, we take over the world.
That's right.
Well, that's cool. So there's a lot to look forward to, at the ZAVA, and bringing everyone onto that eventually. It's going to take a while, but it's definitely worth it. I'm excited.
Yeah. If you or anyone is interested in mining and wants to give feedback, I do not care if you hold Tangz. I want you to give feedback. So give your feedback, see what you want to do, be an early adopter of the platform. I'm going to try to migrate the leaderboard again. We'll see how that works, because some of it's going to be, a little bit tough to migrate based on our existing systems, but I'm trying to migrate the leaderboard over there. I want this to be a real community built effort, right? We could sit on our laurels. We are compliant. We're doing everything we need to do. We could just sit here and have this system from 18 months ago that's just cloud mining for us. I think what this community wants, and what I've always loved about this community, is the ability to push it and be an early adopter. So you guys need to get in here. I'm more excited than ever. I'm bullish as fuck. And just get in here, provide feedback, provide guidance, provide connections to suppliers. Anything you guys need, let's build this together as a community.
Nice. Good. So on that end, I think we can start to close it out, unless you had any additional points. But it looks good to me.
No, man. I am over 3 years into this. I'm officially an old man, but I love this community. I think it's been amazing seeing you guys show up. Hopefully my positivity is coming through. It's been a busy summer. It's been a hot summer, but it's been a busy summer. Shout out to Opti. You have been doing an amazing job, killing it, keeping us socially engaged. Stay engaged, guys. It's so trite, but we're still early. It's 15 years in, and I'm still seeing movement every single day. So just know that I'm here if anyone needs anything. And looking forward to this new platform with everyone.
Sounds good. I'm definitely excited too. I would say, I suppose we are still early. Only 15 years, as you said, and there's a lot more to go. If you look at the really long term, then you'll realize, that we are kind of early. We are this little blip, and then the next 100 or 200 years, who knows what we'll be at. So exciting.
Guys, the car was invented in 1885. Could you imagine being in cars in the 1900s? That's how this feels. The internet was invented in the early 80s. Could you imagine being in the internet in the mid 90s? we're scratching the surface, right? And so, yeah, always here for everybody. You know, this is a good community, a bunch of really good eggs, and just want to see us continue to grow and win.
Sounds good. Well, thanks for coming, everybody. We're up to 45 minutes. If you were here, just say hello, and we'll hopefully be back again next week, as long as, you know, the fiat isn't in the way and stuff. But yeah, we're here. Just ask us any questions in the Discord or on Twitter or wherever, and give us suggestions for what you would like to see in the future. We're always up for that. But yeah, thanks for coming. Have an awesome day.
Peace.
Got 12 wallets, but Solana ain't one. Cardano's my main, where the real gains come from. Stacking that 80A, I'm ahead of the pack. Crypto king moves, yeah, I'm never looking back. Started with a vision, now I'm deep in the game. Cardano's my fortress, 80A's my flame. Solana's out there, but I'm not impressed. Smart contracts on Cardano, I'm truly blessed. 12 wallets loaded, yeah, I'm diversified. Crypto life's a hustle and I'm fully energized. Wallet chase the hype, I'm staking my way. Cardano's the truth, I'm here to stay. Yeah, got 12 wallets, but Solana ain't one. Cardano's my main, where the real gains come from. Stacking that 80A, I'm ahead of the pack. Crypto king moves, yeah, I'm never looking back. Solana's got speed, but it trips and it falls. Cardano's my rock, answering all my calls. Wallets on wallets, but I'm picky with chains. Solana's uninvited, I'm dodging the flames. Hate in my veins, I'm a blockchain believer. Building my empire, no room for a fever. Steady with the gains, watch my profits ignite. Cardano's my vision, I'm owning the night. Yeah. So if you're on